Good morning. I have to be quiet because I couldn't sleep and it's like 5:30 in the morning. If you can tell, I'm all kinds of stuffy. My allergies and my sinuses are just going crazy right now with this up and down weather we've been having. Hot, cold, dry, rainy. It's been a hot mess. But anyway, happy first day of Escape the Readathon. For my first book, I am doing the Tatami Time Machine Blues. I don't really know too much about it. Honestly, I was drawn in by cover vibes. And also this little blurb right here. In the boiling heat of summer, a broken remote control for an air conditioner threatens life as we know it. In this reality, time-bending, time-slipping, it's a sequel to the Tatami Galaxy. But from all the research I've done, you don't necessarily need to read the first book to read the second book. It might help with some understanding, but from what I understand, you can kind of do this as a standalone, so I'm going to try that out. Fingers crossed that's true. If not, well, it'll be interesting. So I'm going to grab some coffee and get started on that. And I will update you when I'm finished, because I think it's only like, yeah, it's just under 200 pages, so I'll just update when I'm finished. Alright, bye. Oh my goodness. Hey, hi, hello. Back with an update. It took me much longer to read than I was anticipating, but I did finish the Tatami Time Machine Blues. Oh, let's see. I gave this, I gave it a 4-star, but I think it's more like 3.5 to 4, in between there. I had a good time with it, but it was definitely a lot slower paced than I was initially anticipating. But when we got to the crux of it all, it picked up quite a bit and it was very enjoyable. So I logged it for Escape the Readathon, and it looks as though we are still in the midst of opening our first building. Now, so the building that we're opening is the Unfair Wheel, which is the top of our TBR. And so it's funny because, like, at first I was building this whole TBR around the buildings, and I kind of have it, but the more I kind of understood what was happening, the more I understood that, one, we're not gonna get to all of the buildings, and two, these are replacing what they had last year as mood reading prompts. So I'm just gonna go with the flow and just kind of go with it. And I might keep that base TBR as is, just in case we do happen to get to those rooms or whatnot. But I really think that just going with the flow is the answer to how I read. So for the next read, I'm going to start an audiobook, and I'm hoping that, because this fits the prompt of at the top of your TBR, I've been wanting to read this since it came out, because it's the man, Becky Lynch, and as a huge Becky Lynch fan, I've been wanting to read this since it came out. So I'm gonna get that on audiobook because I do love reading my autobiographies and biographies and non-fictions, audiobook style. And then I do have a couple of like graphic novels that I want to get to also, which are, we actually got them from or my sister got them for my son for Christmas, but they're the Five Nights at Freddy's graphic novels. So this one in particular is a set of 3. Yeah, it's a set of 3, so I'm hoping to get to those too. And I'm hoping that whatever prompt we unlock, any of this stuff can go towards that also. So that's kind of my thought process and where I'm at now. But man, it did take me a lot longer to read that than I was fully anticipating, but I had a good time, and that's really all that matters. So I'm gonna keep plugging away. My son has piano practice coming up soon, and so when I bring him there, I'm gonna go take a walk. I'm gonna walk down to the local supermarket, pick up the couple ingredients I need for dinner, and then listen to my audiobook on the way. I will update you all later, in a bit. Later, because I'm really trying to vlog this experience this time. So all right, I will update you in a bit. Bye. Well, hey, hi, hello. It's Thursday, and it's day 2 of Escape the Readathon. Totally forgot to update again last night, but this is what I got done for day 1. I obviously talked about this one, the Tatami Time Machine Blues, and I gotta say, like, the more I think about it, the more I had a good time with it, especially when the group of friends starts going back in time. I just the more I think about it, the more I laugh, and the more I realize I had a really good time with that. And then I did volumes 2 and 3 of a manga called The Summer Hikaru Died, and basically it follows 2 friends, one of whom disappeared into the mountains and came back as something. Like, it's a Hikaru, but it's not. It's kind of like this weird horror boy love situation type deal that's going on. I'm really enjoying that. Unfortunately, there's only 4 volumes done, period, and the 4th one hasn't been translated and released here yet. But I think it was June or July the 4th one's going to be released, but it looks like they're in the middle of writing a 5th volume, and that hasn't even been released in Japan. So once I get my hands on the 4th volume, who knows when I'll get the next volume. And then the last book I read was Fruits Basket, another volume 3. Now, I'm a huge Fruits Basket fan, and I feel like this was just everybody wishing we had more Fruits Basket. Like, Fruits Basket, it's supposed to be like next generation, but my issue with it is that there's only 4 volumes. 4 volumes, period. Story's done and wrapped up. And it's lacking, for me, it's lacking in the same charm and appeal that the regular Fruits Basket had. My issue with this is that I think there's a very decent underlying storyline. The problem is because it's relying on the nostalgia of the original Fruits Basket, it's just throwing characters at us left and right, which feels very unnecessary. And because there's only 4 volumes, I'm getting completely mixed up as to what character is who, and I'm struggling very much to understand who is who. So I kind of gave up on following who all the characters are, and it's going a lot better for me at that point. But I don't know, I have one volume left, and so I'm gonna get to that this morning, and I'm just gonna finish it, be done with it, and move on from it. And I wish that they had either been given the chance to have more than just 4 volumes, or just picked like half the amount of characters to throw at us. That's my biggest issue with it. But other than that, I did end up going for a walk last night to the store, and that walk was a lot further than I had anticipated, but not too bad. But I was cutting it close on time to picking up my son. Anyway, today I'm gonna read volume 4 of Fruits Basket. Oh, and I did get, I don't know, I got like 15% of the way in to the Becky Lynch memoir, and I was listening to that while walking and cooking last night, so I'm having a good time with that. And yeah, so my dog has a vet appointment today, so I'm gonna bring her there, and that's really all I have like on the docket. I haven't decided what my next physical read after this is going to be. I think someone's close to getting to a game prompt, so I'm really curious to see how that's gonna go, because that's what I'm kind of waiting for. Like, it's one of those deals. Sorry if there's so much background noise, I have the windows open. It's one of those deals where I'm a little anxious to start a thicker book in case we get a game prompt and my book doesn't necessarily fit that game prompt. But then again, I'm sure it could fit a different prompt, so it's not like a huge deal. I don't know. I gotta work on my anxiety levels here a little bit, but yeah, that's all I got for now. I will update you all later. Bye. Hey, hi, hello. So it is Friday evening, and I actually can't remember where I updated you last yesterday, because us film crew unlocked our first area, and it was a Ferris wheel, and so that opened up the game prompt. And there's 2 game prompts for this readathon. I've also kind of made it a personal goal of mine to read what I already own, and so that was Dead Silence by S.A. Barnes. So I did end up giving this 4 stars. So with this book, we follow a crew. What they are is they are kind of like the Verizon repair people in space. And the whole deal is this is their last mission, their last hurrah. And during that mission, this team of 5 encounters an old style emergency beacon, and so they decide to go investigate because they think it might be this long lost abandoned ship that just disappeared for whatever reason. Nobody knows why it disappeared. It was like crowned as the first luxury cruise liner in space, and it just disappeared with like 700 people on board. Just disappeared. So they believe that's what they find, and so they decide to go investigate, and just it does not work out well. I really enjoyed it. I will say there was a moment where I was disappointed because I saw the direction that the story was going, and I was a little disappointed because I thought it was more sci-fi horror. But once I like just took a moment, recalibrated, and was like, okay, sci-fi thriller, I got this. And I really enjoyed it. But so that's done, and we are still working on finishing those games, those game prompts. And so since prompt 1 has so much more, because we're all keeping track of it, it's a wonderful thing. I'm really enjoying the fact that this is like a team-based challenge. It definitely gives me more motivation to read, and also I'm a sucker for like a competition, and this, it's perfect. Anyway, so prompt 2 is still in need of some reads, and so I've decided to pick up and do a reread of Tress and the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson. I read this last year when I first got it, and absolutely fell in love with it. Absolutely fell in love. It's just, ugh, I love this baby so much. So I figure even if somehow we complete the games, there are 2 prompts, 2 standard prompts that this can go towards, so I can just keep reading it. And it's a bit chunky. It's a bit chunkier than I remembered, but there's also a bunch of pictures and stuff in it. But also, like, gosh, I really love this. It's like a Princess Bride story, but the princess goes in search of the guy, and it's just, look, it's like almost 8:30 at night and my neighbors are mowing their lawn. Sorry for the background noise. I don't know why this late at night they have decided to mow their lawn. But anywho, I'm excited to do a reread of this. I'm definitely gonna get started in a little bit, but I'm gonna take this moment as a breather. I just finished this not that long ago. I went, took a shower, I'm gonna get a snack, catch up on some of my YouTube, and then I'm gonna get started on this again and do a reread of it. Alright. I'll update you tomorrow, hopefully. Bye. Hey, hi, hello. It's Sunday. And so I started updates yesterday. Partially because 1, I didn't read anything yesterday. And 2, it was just a huge family day. I've got some family in town again this weekend, and so we went, and so yesterday we participated in a fundraising walk, and then my husband and I did some yard work, and then we hung out with family, and then my husband and I went and did some shopping, and it was a great time. No time for reading, and that's okay, because my team is killing it. I'm killing my personal goals, so couldn't be happier with where I am at reading wise. I know the last update I said I was going to start Tress of the Emerald Sea. However, we beat that game. We beat those game prompts, and we got our tickets. And so now what we're doing is we are reading for the Bullseye prompt, I believe it was, and which is like a new author to you. And so for that, I'm gonna pick up The Salt Grows Heavy by Cassandra Khaw. I keep seeing her all over the place. I've seen people read this. I've seen people read Nothing But Blackened Teeth. I know she has a new book out, co-written, I believe, with someone else. The Dead Take the A Train, which I was going to try and read a little while ago and just couldn't get to it. So I'm excited to check this out. I've heard mixed things about it, but I'm going to give it a go. I really love this cover. And it's just a nice, short little novella. So I'm going to try and see if I can get this done today. I'm not holding out hope. My mom is gonna come stay with me tonight because she leaves tomorrow. So right now she's at my sister's house, and watching their kids, and then she's gonna come over here at some point. So I don't know how much reading I'm actually gonna get done today. But first, I'm gonna eat some lunch, and hopefully I will have an update on reading. So that book's my goal for today, and we'll see how that goes. Alright, I'll check in again later. Bye. Oh, hey, hi, hello. It is, oh my gosh, what day is it? It's Wednesday. We're on day 8 of the escape, the readathon. I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling really rough today. I know I didn't update any yesterday. I can't even remember if I updated on Monday. It was like my mom came in town for the weekend, so that was nice. And then I did an at-home sleep study last night, and let me tell you, there was not a lot of sleeping involved with that. It was so uncomfortable. You had this thing strapped right here on your chest the whole night with this other piece that sat like under my armpit. And then I had like the breathing tube things taped to my face. And then I had like a finger sensor attached. And I'm like, I generally sleep like on my side or my stomach. And that was not possible last night. And it was rough and uncomfortable, and I didn't enjoy it. And I think that's really it. I don't know what that test is going to reveal because, like I said, there really wasn't much sleeping going on. But I will say this, I will probably never do another sleep study ever. Like, that's it. I'm one and done. I'm good. I'm good. I did just finish Becky Lynch. Ooh, Becky Lynch, The Man, not your average girl. Standard Memoir. It was great. It was fun. She's a fantastic narrator. I really enjoyed her. She's so funny. And then also yesterday, I got my shirt. And I've started the Salt Grows Heavy, and it's interesting. I'm interested to see where it goes. I'm only like 10 pages in, really. I'm gonna work on that today. I think there's about to be some reading sprints that start in a few minutes, so I might join in on that. I will go change my battery and update you later. Bye. Hey, hi, hello. It's Friday. I'm gonna end the this is my last update for this vlog. I'm gonna try and get this put out today. Let's see, I don't even know where I left off yesterday. I don't even know if I filmed anything yesterday, but yesterday I did end up finishing The Salt Grows Heavy by Cassandra Khaw. I was going to use this for one of the game prompts, but we finished that game before I finished the book. So I think I ended up submitting this for the food court prompt for just like a popcorn read. Mainly because that's the only category it really fit under. And I ended up going with a 3-star for it. So in this we follow a mermaid and a plague doctor, and we kind of learn about both their histories. This story really seems to mainly, the direction it goes, it mainly focuses on the plague doctor's background with stories of the mermaid's background. And I don't really want to say too much more honestly about it because it is just so short. I gave it a 3. I gave it a 3 mainly because while I enjoyed my time with it, it's very visceral. The writing is absolutely gorgeous. I absolutely love the writing. The tonal switch that I felt happened at the end of the story is really what brought my star rating down. It just felt like a weird tone shift at the end of the book, and I didn't really enjoy it. But other than that, like, I had a good time. The writing is absolutely gorgeous. I would definitely try something. I would definitely try something else from this author. I'll have to look because I know she also wrote Nothing But Blackened Teeth, but I've heard really mixed things on that. So I don't know. They have another book out that I think they co-wrote with somebody else, which is like The Dead Take the A Train, which that cover is absolutely stunning. Anyway, so the next thing our team is focusing on is the horsing around, which is like an intimidating read, which I originally was going to go with House of Leaves and give that a second try at my life, but then just the thought of it was kind of overwhelming to me, and I wasn't really enjoying the thought of that. And so after really talking with my husband, I've actually decided to go with Brandon Sanderson's second book in the Stormlight Archive, The Words of Radiance, which is intimidating because look at the size of this. It's over 1,000 pages long. But I read the first book a while ago. My husband actually gave me a nice little recap of it last night that helped jog some of my memories of it. And I know I started this a while ago and I just can't remember enough that I've ended up restarting it. So I kind of did a little bit last night. I only did about 20 pages last night. But so that's my goal for this weekend. My whole weekend is dedicated to this. I plan to get through it this weekend, but I don't know. This is really chunky. But that's my main goal for this weekend and for my next read. Unless we open up another building and have another game prompt. Anyway, so yeah, so to recap, because this whole first 9 days really of the Escape the Readathon has been really good to me, and I finished 8 books already. We've got 4 books and 4 manga, 1 audiobook, and I think 2 of them would be considered novellas. But yeah, I finished 8 things. So I'm extremely happy with how I'm doing so far in this, and if you watched this far, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Alright, bye!